Hey there, welcome to the channel. My name is James, and here at 20th and 21st Movies, we are about all things cinema. All right, I am really excited to check out the latest from M. Night Shymalan, Knock at the Cabin. So this is a film from a filmmaker whose films that I love a lot of his movies. Okay, I love The Sixth Sense, I love Unbreakable. There's a few other titles of his I really enjoy, and some of his films don't work quite as well for me in terms of the story and the way that the way everything is executed. But there's a number of his films, a handful of his films, that really hit it out of the park for me, including The Sixth Sense and Unbreakable. So really looking forward to checking out Knock at the Cabin. This stars Dave Bautista. He played Drax in the Guardians of the Galaxy series, and he's looking forward to breaking out into more, dramatic roles. So really wish him the best in that. But the only thing I've seen of this film is the trailer. So I have not read anything else about it. I have not heard anything else. I have tried to be as radio silent on this as possible because I don't want any spoilers. So just seen the trailer, and in that trailer, it gives a really fascinating premise, and I cannot wait to check out this movie. The premise itself has me hooked. So I'm going to head into this AMC theater here, right here, this wonderful, beautiful AMC theater. I'm going to go in there in just a few minutes, and I'm going to check out this film, and then I'm going to come out here and share with you my thoughts on what I think about this film and whether or not I would recommend going to see this in the theaters. Let me know in the comment section below if you plan to check this one out in the theaters, and just what are you watching? Let me know what you're watching out there, whether it's in the theaters, whether it's streaming, whether it's titles in your physical media collection. What are you into these days? Let me know that in the comment section below. But anyway, I'm about to head into this theater and check out this movie, so fingers crossed this is a good one from M. Night Shyamalan. Let's go check it out. See you in a few minutes. Whew, I must really want to see this movie the way it's raining. Whew. All right, hello. I just got out of the theater watching the latest from M. Night Shyamalan, Knock at the Cabin. This is a film starring Dave Bautista, Jonathan Groff. You also have Rupert Grint from the Harry Potter movies in this film. And I thought the cast was really good for this movie. I really appreciated, all the performances. I think everybody was pretty much spot on. Of course, the only actors that I had any familiarity with were, of course, Dave Bautista, who played Drax in the Guardians of the Galaxy films. You had Jonathan Groff, who I remember the only thing I remember him playing in is Matrix Resurrections that came out, I guess, a year ago or so. And then Rupert Grint, of course, from the Harry Potter movies. But you also had some really good actors who played these other roles. And I'm not familiar with these characters or these actors, but I thought they all did a fine job. You had Ben Aldridge, who played Andrew in this movie. You had Nikki Amuka Bird, who played Sabrina. You had Abby Quinn, who played Adrian. And I really think the little girl did a great job in this film. She did a fantastic job. She was played by Kristen Cui, who played Wynn, the little girl. And the premise of this film, I thought, was really interesting from the moment that I saw the trailer, and that was the only thing I saw about this movie was that trailer, and it set it up perfectly. You basically have a family that's staying in a cabin for a vacation. You have the parents and the child, 3 people in a cabin on vacation. You have 4 strangers show up at their door, led by Dave Bautista. 4 strangers show up at the door and knock on the cabin, and they present this family with an impossible choice. They must choose to sacrifice one of their group, one of the family members, or the world will come to an end. So they must choose which one of them will die in order to save humanity. And it's an impossible choice. I mean, who in the world, what kind of choice are these people presenting this family with? So, during this movie, you're wondering, are these people crazy? Are they delusional? They claim to have had these visions, and they came together, they met at a certain point, and then they came to this cabin, and they all had the same vision, and they're now telling this family that they have to make a choice to save humanity. And it's a very interesting setup, and I really like the way that Shyamalan sort of paced this film in terms of the progression of, obviously this family is not going to believe it at first, but then you begin to see news reports, you begin to see evidences that perhaps what these people is telling them, perhaps what they're saying is true, Or could it be some setup? What is going on in this film? So those are the thoughts that I was thinking in my mind as I was watching this film, is, trying to figure out what's the angle here? What's going on with these people? What's really happening? Is there some kind of a trick behind what they are telling this family? And so this film had me captivated from the very beginning, and I really enjoyed the journey of watching this film. Now, I'm still processing in my mind, how much I like this movie. I walked away feeling pretty satisfied. I mean, I didn't walk away feeling blown away by this film. I wasn't like, whoa, this is the greatest film ever. I didn't have that like height that I felt after watching The Sixth Sense or Unbreakable, that level Shymalan. This film for me is probably, mid-level Shymalan, which is still pretty good. And I think if you're a fan of M. Night Shyamalan's films, this is one that's worth checking out. Would I say that this is an absolute, you must go see this in the theater? I would say no. I think this is a film that you can definitely go to the theater and enjoy it. I enjoyed this movie. I'm glad I came out to see it. I am a fan of M. Night Shyamalan's films, but I think you could just as well wait till this comes out on physical and enjoy the experience that way too. So I don't consider this an essential theater watch, but I think it's a pretty good movie. I think it's solid, and it is pretty good M. Night Shyamalan material. It's not his best, but it's not his worst either. Somewhere in between. So that's basically my thoughts, my initial thoughts coming out of the theater. I thought this was a pretty good M. Night Shyamalan film. I thought the performances were good, and I thought the girl who played the daughter in this film, Wynn, the young actress, did a fantastic job. I thought Dave Bautista was really good in this film, in the character that he played. He played Leonard. He was the leader of these four people who arrive at the cabin and knock on the door and present this impossible premise to this family. And, as you're listening to him talk, you're trying to figure out, okay, is he delusional, or is what he's saying true? And that's part of what I think makes this film, interesting to watch, and a very and a pretty good film. So overall, I give this, a slight recommendation if you are an M. Night Shyamalan fan. So that's my reactions coming right out of the theater. If you watch this film, let me know what you think in the comment section below. What do you think of this story? I think this story comes from a novel, a book called The Cabin at the End of the World. So that's the source material from what I understand for this movie. And I think M. Night Shyamalan did a pretty good job of executing this premise. So that's where I'll leave it. Let me know in the comment section below what you think. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time at the movies. Peace.